Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe. For this video, we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 12144 Gundam Perfect Strike Freedom. And this was from Gundam Breaker Battlogue, released by Bandai in 2021. So this is kit number 3 of the lineup, the Gundam Perfect Strike Freedom. So before this, I've done the live Lance Heaven, and obviously before that was the Gundam Helios. So 3 kits in, one more to do after this, and then I have to pretty much wait for the Barbatorus and the Command Quant to arrive in my dwelling, which will probably be another month or so. Anyway, Perfect Strike Freedom. Now, before I forget, because I've done it twice already, I will post links to the Perfect Strike Freedom as well as the other Battlogue kits over at Hobbylink Japan. I do know that they are unfortunately all on back order, which probably is no real big surprise, but I do believe there will be some new stock coming in soon, I think. Don't quote me. But either way, there'll be links in the description for Perfect Strike and as I said, the rest of the high grade line. So now that that is out of the way, because I didn't want to forget it a third time. Front of the Perfect Strike. So very nice decked out Perfect Strike Gundam. So as the name suggests, it will be a combination of the Freedom, well, yeah, I'm going to say the Freedom and the Strike, or the Perfect Strike and the Freedom. I don't know, it's actually quite confusing because there was the Strike, the Freedom, the Strike Freedom, the Perfect Strike. So technically there's 4 different options, but anyway. Front of the box, bottom of the box. So we have a front and a rear of the Perfect Strike Freedom. So obviously the answer to my conundrum will be it uses the Strike Freedom Gundam as its base and has been customized with additional elements from the Perfect Strike Gundam. So it's basically equipped with a Super Multiple Assault Strike Pack, I assume. So there you go. It is the Strike Freedom with Perfect Strike, as opposed to Strike Freedom, Perfect Strike, Strike Freedom, and all sorts. That would be a very interesting kit bash for sure. Over here we have some action shots, so deployment of various weapons. There's a whole heap of weapons, but it does look very, very snazzy. It's interesting how they managed to literally stack so much onto the backpack and actually still have it look pretty cool. That's the bottom of the box. In terms of the top of the box, so we have that little intro to Gundam Breaker Battlogue, and here we have a bit of a custom. So my guess was right from the live Lance. It was going to be a Perfect Strike Freedom and a Blazing Gundam combo. Interesting combo. Seems a little underwhelming, but it still looks pretty cool. In terms of the sides of the box, it's just a rinse and repeat of the front of the box, but we do see that it's number 3 in the line. Because for some reason, I'm surprised it actually doesn't list it on the front. That was the box, so I will take that off. Inside the box, I'm guessing we'll have probably like 6 bags of runners. So 1, 2, that's a very nice black, 3, 4. So only 5 bags of runners, and the manual at the bottom. That's not too bad. So I will begin the opening of those bags, and we can have a better look at the manual and the runners. Okay, So with the runners out of the bags and the booklet out of the box. So here we have the front page of the instruction manual, front cover art at the top of the booklet, and the line art of the Perfect Strike Freedom. I will admit, the line art looks really cool. In fact, all the line art, I actually can't remember the Helios now. The line art for this particular panel on the booklet has just been really top notch. I don't know why, but it has been. So a bit of information again about the Perfect Strike Freedom. The pilot or the owner, both within and out of the... I'm not sure what to say. I was going to say out of the world, but... well, yeah. The real person in their pilot persona is probably what I'm trying to allude to. So that's the front. On the back, so we have a bit of a hefty listing of the customized plan. This is just pretty much every single weapon that it possibly has, and there is a lot. Anti-ship blade, hyper impulse gun, assault striker, beam shield, rail cannon, weapons pod, beam blade, super dragoon, stun units, rocket anchor. What doesn't this have? It's probably going to be the answer. Yes, huge amount of accessories, huge amount. So unlike others, there isn't really much about the base Gunpla other than what was on the box. And at the bottom there is a colour guide. I won't go through it because there's close to a dozen colours there. Suffice to say, a lot of colours make pretty. Popping inside, in terms of the parts list, there is a good number of parts involved. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 runners. There is a PVC wire, which I've been making sure I know where it is at all times, and a sticker sheet. Having a quick look at the actual steps themselves. So we have a few steps as to how to make this combined Perfect Strike Freedom with the Blazing Gundam, which is still pretty snazzy and cool. Just seems a little odd, but anyway. Build the body, which I feel like we've done before, but maybe not. Looks like a strike body, to be honest. The head, which looks like a Freedom head. The right arm, which actually is built somewhat differently than the left arm. So as opposed to just doing shoulders and then right and left, they've actually done full right, full left, because they actually do have different armaments at the shoulder component. Inside, putting everything together, the feet are done as two separate things, then the legs as two separates, and then becoming a right leg and a left leg based on some additional attachments. Need the waist, put that all together, and then the actual backpack itself, which does span a few pages. And when we look at the runners, there are some larger pieces involved, which is fun. So there we go. Through that, there is a special attachment for action days, which is pretty cool. And then we go through the weapons, which seem pretty, I won't say complicated, but there's a bit of involvement in the build. How to attach them onto the backpack, the shield, and some other various attachment opportunities and things like that. As well as moving around of the railguns, etc. So that is pretty cool. Is there anything else on this? I don't think there was. Okay, so that was the menu. We do have a small foil sticker sheet, so that'll probably just be your actual eye sections, as well as some various camera lenses and things like that. So it's actually quite cool that it's, despite the amount of plastic, it has a small sticker sheet. Now, looking at the runners, so there's two A runners with, I'll do it this way. So A2 is just a exact copy of 1/2 of A1, which is fine because that gives you your left and your rights, and then the bottom of A1 has your head components, waist and things like that. And I feel this is probably, given that it says high grade CE, this is probably straight off the Strike Freedom. So two A's, both in white, surprisingly not a multicolor runner, but we do have one coming up soon. We have two B's, if I can try and figure out orientation. So B1 and B2 in black. Now B2 is a copy of the bottom left side, well, how it's aligned right now, to give you, once again, some lefts and rights. So a lot of this will be for the backpack. So your Dragoon mounts, your side boosters, and I believe this is the main body. So that's in black, so that's pretty cool. So that'll be unique to the Perfect Strike Freedom. Now we do have a multicolor C. Now I'm fairly certain this is pretty much the Freedom. So we've got red, bit of yellow, this grey, and that translucent light blue. But yes, pretty sure this is just Strike Freedom parts reused. We have two D runners, both in red. There's a bit of duplication in terms of the dragons, as you can see, on the far left and far right. Otherwise, D2 has bits solely for the feet, and D1 has some other bits. So it looks like some of the red parts of the main torso and some thrusters. That's pretty cool. That's in a nice red. I'm pretty sure, once again, rinse and repeat from the Strike Freedom. We have two E's, E1, E2, both in grey. E2 is a functional copy of the top of E1. So your joints and some of your manipulators and things like that, waist, etc. So that is pretty cool. And I get the feeling, if this was from the Strike Freedom, this used to be gold. Multicolor F runner, so this looks like it will be very unique to the Perfect Strike Freedom. So we have some darker blues for your torso here, the dark, I wanted to say camo green, forest green maybe. We have some white up here, I dare say, and some of this sky blue of sorts in the middle. That's not a bad multicolor. In fact, that means this set comes with two multicolor runners, one of which is a bit of a recycle, so that's okay. So that was the F runner. We have a H runner, which is basically translucent pink/red for your various beam effects. I almost want to say it's taken straight off from Justice. Does it actually have a print date? 2020. This may actually be from the Justice. Maybe. I'm not too sure. But that's that. Because it's precious cargo. One PVC wire. Don't be like me, don't use PVC wire. It's very annoying, and I actually do seem to have the perfect PVC wire to do things. And then lastly, the PC002 polycap, which is pretty much your new standard polycap runner. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the unboxing of the Perfect Strike Freedom. As I said at the beginning of the video, there will be links to the Perfect Strike Freedom and the other high-grade Gundam Breaker Battlogue kits over at HobbyLink Japan if you wish to acquire yourself a kit or two. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a comment, a like, subscribe if you wish to do so. These do help support the channel and I do appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, and a link to that will be in the description below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.